Stephen in Los Angeles. Are you the first caller?
No, I'm a different caller.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Well, hello. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm calling. I wanted to find out, what do you guys know about spiritual awakenings, and if you ever had one, or anybody that you know of ever experienced one?
Well, I would need to know what a spiritual awakening is, and then I could tell you if I've ever had one.
Okay, a spiritual awakening is where you're convinced that everything is just at peace. No more worries, no more. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, then yes, I've had a spiritual awakening. I've had that experience.
Now,
I don't think I have.
Because I was shot. This happened on the 22nd of this month.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to say that, that there is a God. I'm not going to say that. I don't know. But what I guess we perceive as God or a God, well, it felt like energy to me. And I felt like I was embraced. And basically, I heard the voice say, just live your life. You're doing okay.
Do you think that it could have been your? Do you think that could have been yourself?
Okay, now, no. Okay,
No?
because I'm gonna tell you, I am very, very skeptical of everything. I have been all my life. I mean, you can't just tell me something and I don't question it. I'm gonna question it.
All right. So if somebody says to you, "Could that have been yourself?" You say, "No, it couldn't have been because."
Because from what I experienced.
Right.
And then I looked at from what I experienced and from what I read about other people's experiences, almost identical. Now, here's the thing. This is my first time ever hearing about a spiritual awakening. What happened to me, I had to look online and see what was going on. I heard that is called a spiritual awakening, where you are just you see everything that's going on in this world. It's just crazy and sad, but you are at peace. Okay. I'm at peace. And right now, the way that I see the world, I mean, I want to let everybody know. In other words, I want them to experience the same thing that I'm experiencing.
I can make a recommendation. In order to have that experience, what you need to do is go down to the ER and tell them you're in a lot of pain. They will give you some Dilaudid, and you will have a spiritual awakening. Because that was
No,
I swear, that's what happened to me. I had the same feeling you're describing, where everything was fine, the world was fantastic, everything I was concerned about just melted away, and I just felt like the world was great, and I was floating into Epcot Center in the spiritual realm with this IV of Dilaudid. It was fantastic. I'm glad that it's not easily accessible, or I would probably be addicted.
But see, I don't do drugs.
That's fine, but I'm saying that Dilaudid can give people a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, I think what she is saying, she's not saying that you did drugs, but she is saying that your brain is capable of doing a lot of different things.
I think just about every opiate addict has had many spiritual awakenings.
And there doesn't seem to be any evidence that this comes from any kind of spiritual realm, whatever that means. It's just something that the brain does under certain conditions.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying also is that whatever we call it spiritual, I don't know. I mean, we call it God. I'm just saying.
Well, we don't.
I called it Dilaudid.
Well, you guys don't. I didn't. At one point I didn't either. I was. Okay. So it's like.
So what changed your mind about this?
I grew up as a Christian. The past, I want to say maybe 10 years, I had my doubts.
Right.
Okay.
And so there is no way.
5 years. Within the past 5 years, I actually denounced. I actually became an atheist. Believe it or not.
I do believe you.
Okay.
I'm just saying that let's just say though, this could not be attributed to brain chemistry because blank. Because what?
Well, everything has something to do with the brain. Our brain, our mind is the main thing. Once you free the mind, then you're basically free.
I would agree. And so how do we know, what makes you think that there was a necessary event that was like some, are we saying that?
Well, he said he doesn't say that it's a God, so I'm curious to think what you do think it was. Like, how do you explain this spiritual experience if it wasn't just your brain, chemistry?
There you go.
It was more like I said, it was a spiritual type of presence.
We don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either.
Okay, then
what are we talking about?
Then why would you call it something? Why would you call it something that you don't know what it means? You might as well call it, flopnets.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it means. If you don't know, you don't know. But you know that something was there, or you felt something, but you don't. And I'm sure you said it. You have said it. In the past, where I don't know, but you felt something.
Okay, so other people called this. You said you looked it up, and other people had labeled it a spiritual awakening, and so that's where you got the label. You said, okay, well, what they're describing, that's what I had. But I mean, for you though, I mean, I guess I don't tend to attribute much information to the term spiritual. So for me, it's about the event less than the label. And so what I'm kind of asking is, are you just simply saying you had this experience and you don't really attribute any causal event to this, or that you have some kind of cause in mind for what you think is the cause of this event?
Okay, when you say the cause, what do you mean by
well,
cause?
Like what Russell said, I didn't quite hear the comment that you made, but Russell said you were saying that you didn't necessarily attribute this to a God. And so some people, though, would. Like somebody else might tell me, Tracie, God gave me this experience, and I would ask them, how do you know God was the cause of this? So for you, are you making any claims of causation, like what caused it, or are you simply saying, I had this experience that I don't quite understand?
Okay. I don't understand it fully. I mean, all I know is that, okay, I'm 50 years old. Okay, I basically, the past 5 years, I basically denounced God, hell, all of that. And I had this experience where I was just shot up into the cosmos, embraced by whatever.
So, but I'm confused. Do you or don't you think this had anything to do with God, leaving aside that you denounced him earlier?
I would say what people call God, yes.
Everybody calls it different things, God.
Yeah, there is no one thing that people call God.
Okay, but I'm a realist, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, people call God, I mean, they call the sun God. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I can't say, for instance, whether it was a God, but I'm saying that it was energy that I felt. I was wrapped in energy. I was in the cosmos.
That's how you felt.
And now, yes. And now, wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Not only that, okay, if you knew me, you would know by me calling you, that would have never happened in the past. Because I don't
know that. I just have your word.
I don't actually even understand why this is. I mean, other than saying, hey, I had this thing happen to me and it felt really good and it was really overwhelming to me. I don't really know what else to say about it other than you had this experience. It was very, very impactful on you. Clearly, it made you feel good. You had a lot of peace that it gave you, which that's a nice feeling. And so it's fine that you called the show to share the experience, but I guess what I'm saying is, in the end, we're sort of sitting here saying you had this really wonderful experience, but we don't quite have a frame for it other than you had this wonderful experience.
Yeah. I'm happy for you, though.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Wait. Okay, when you say the frame, what do you mean by?
We have nothing to frame it in. It's sort of like this event occurred in an isolated incident. Like you had this isolated event that occurred.
Well, I did.
Yes.
I did. It was isolated. I was here. It was just me. It was nobody else.
Right. But also it just sort of seems like it was kind of sudden. Like you're just, you had this sudden experience. And you don't seem like, and believe me, this is a positive thing. You don't sound like you're trying to attribute or insist on any sort of causation for it. You're just saying, I had this happen to me. I don't quite know what it was, but it was really, really awesome.
Okay, let me ask you this. Well, you guys, I guess, your experience on Jesus.
Russell doesn't have experience on Jesus.
I mean, he was a guy who may have lived a couple thousand years ago and died, and a whole bunch of people believe that he was magic, and we don't.
No, I don't believe that he was magic.
Okay, why bring him up?
Wait, I believe that he had the same experience that I had, and he wanted.
I mean, you're free to believe that, but you know,
well, we can
just
speculate. I mean, there's like a lot of movies where they'll show somebody, like they'll say, well, maybe they had this brain hemorrhage or something. I mean, so yeah, people speculate on what could have been occurring.
Yeah,
they'll read about an event.
what was that movie with Willem Dafoe where he was Jesus and,
oh,
and
yeah,
he
The
went
Last
through?
Temptation
Yeah,
of
that
Christ.
one.
Ooh,
That was an interesting speculation that was totally
I love
counter-biblical.
that.
Well, I think that what I'm saying also is that, okay, I believed everything that you guys believe. I'm not saying that it's a God.
I don't think that that's a problem.
If you guys experienced it, you would know.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm saying that I have.
No, I don't think so.
Well, how can you tell me I haven't?
You
because
can tell that Jesus had the same experience as you, but Tracie can't tell that she had.
How do you say that?
No, I don't think you have.
Wow, why not?
Because if you have, you would want to tell everybody about it.
I did at the time. I was like, you've got to try Dilaudid. It's amazing.
That's the drug.
I want to try Dilaudid.
No. I'm talking about a true, no drugs involved.
What difference does it make what adjusts your brain chemistry to do it? If you said the experience was about feeling at peace, having this overwhelming sort of everything's right. I had everything you described. I asked you at the beginning, what is a spiritual awakening? And you described it. You didn't tell me you can't initiate it with drugs.
Wait a minute. I described what I felt, and then, which I didn't know. Like I said, I never knew anything about spiritual awakening. Never.
That's fine.
And apparently you still don't.
But I mean, even when a person has this
experience. You say what now?
Well, I mean, according to what you said earlier, you still don't, because you just said you don't know what it means.
No, I'm only going by what I looked up and what other people experienced.
Right. And a lot of people have this experience on drugs.
That's the only way. But no, here's the thing. How can a person, now I understand you got people that would look things up and go ahead and say, hey, I had that experience because they know everything about it. I didn't know anything about it. This happened to me. I looked up.
Oh, no, wait. You're doing this backwards. This is backwards. It's like saying that if I, for example, I had sleep paralysis, right? But I didn't know it was sleep paralysis when I had it, even though I'd had it all my life. But then when I went and looked it up and found the label, it was like, oh, here's sleep paralysis. I didn't.
Exactly.
Okay,
because you didn't know. You knew you had something.
I didn't need to have somebody tell me about sleep paralysis in order to have it, right? I mean.
Wait a minute. But I think
I'm about ready to wrap it up. Just so you know.
Okay. We got a few minutes. Okay.
No, not 2 minutes. I mean, I'm about done now.
Why? I'm trying to explain.
Well, we have other callers.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on the line for a while, so.
You know what? Okay, let me say this and then I'll go. Okay, I'm a new spiritual awakening.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know.
And you did get to
tell everybody. Thank you for calling.
So,
okay, they have now heard.
Yeah.
Bye.
And congratulations on your spiritual awakening.
Yes, and congratulations on yours.
Yeah.